And welcome. My name is Melody, and this is How To Vids. In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to create an easy and yummy 2-ingredient keto dessert that will blow your socks off. Of course, want to say shout out to the people that are here on the chat. Hey, Joanna, how are you? Welcome to the chat. So glad that you're here. I thought about how I've been doing keto, and one thing that I'm dropping stuff, y'all. One thing that I noticed is that when I am doing this eating plan, whatever it is you want to call it, I always feel like I want something a little sweet, something that's not going to compromise what I'm going to be eating along with the eating plan. I also don't like complex things. Sometimes I do, but in a case like this, I want something really quick that's accessible. And all it is 2 ingredients. So I'm going to talk to you about the ingredients that I'm going to be showing you. And also just, you probably have it in your fridge already. You probably have it in your fridge. Now, for me, I have several tools that I use with this. I use a little paring knife, right? I use a little paring knife. I usually have sometimes some shears if I want. And you want to get like a aluminum pan, or if you have a stainless steel pan, that's even better. You use something like this. Now, along with this stainless steel pan, you're also going to want to have some wax paper on hand, or you're also going to want to have at least a half teaspoon or a teaspoon measuring spoon. And you'll find out the reason why after this. Okay, and then I also, of course, have a cutting board, but your pan can also act as your cutting board as well. If you don't have one, you just need to be really careful. So I have my cutting board, and I also have a little paper towel just in case we have a little mess. And here are the main ingredients, guys. You can get either your choice of fruit, which I have here a few strawberries, and I also have a few blueberries. And you could also use no sugar chocolate chips, which I use this one. It's called Ghirardelli. And if you use these, it's going to be 11 grams. I'm going to tell you right now. But because we're using a smaller bite size, take into consideration it'll probably be 3.5 grams. If you are counting your sugar intake, if you're trying not to go past 20, kind of like low carb. All right, here's what we do. First thing we want to do is we want to get our pan here prepared, and I'm just going to change my camera angle for a second. Give me a moment. All right, so here you're going to notice we've got quite a few things, right? We've got, hold on, I'm just trying to move this wire. Okay, so we've got our pan. We've also got our berries. We've got an extra bowl, right? But then we also have a keto-friendly yogurt, which is really cool. And then I have the Ghirardelli no sugar added dark chocolate chips, which is nice to have. And before we even start mixing, I usually like to get this surface prepared. So you just take a small piece. You don't really need a lot of wax paper, right? I know that bothers me, but we're just going to roll with it. And you're going to place it on top and kind of try to fit it. It's never going to be perfect. I've always, a hack to this, let me know. But I usually just fold it in and just kind of crease it in, and I leave it like this. Don't worry about it popping back up. Joanna said dark is different. It is different for the dark chocolate, but I like dark chocolate. I like the taste, and it has a higher count of cacao powder, which is great for you. So that's why I like it. And then Ghirardelli, you can never go wrong. That's a really good quality brand too. All right, so we have our pan, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to take our keto yogurt that I got. This one has 2 carbs in it. But if you can find a yogurt that's a lower carb count, I say go for it. I just happen to find this one and I like the way this one tastes, so I use this. I would like ultimately to make my own yogurt, which I believe we talked about a while ago. And you take your yogurt, right? Take your yogurt, take everything, take the whole thing and put it in there, right? And now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your cutting board, and you're going to start cutting your fruit. Now, if you're using like blueberries, you could do it whole if you want, but I prefer to split them in half because I feel like it gives it a nice little taste. So I just split them in half really carefully with a little paring knife. And with the strawberries, I don't have my straw today, guys, so I can't do the strawberry hack. But what I usually do is I cut them into quarters. And then once I cut it into quarters, I just dice it a little bit like this. So that way it'll be bite-sized when you eat it. And then you can mix that fruit in your yogurt. So what I've done is I know I didn't use a whole lot of fruit. And there's a reason for that. I'll tell you in a second. All right, so we have some, if you look closely, you have your yogurt, you have your fruit. I feel like I should put a little bit more in there. Oops. And just be careful when you're doing this with a paring knife. Prep time takes about 10 minutes. It's not a long time. I would recommend, though, that you leave this in a cold area for a little while. All right, that's better. All right, so now that we have our yogurt, I'm going to move some of that fruit over to the side, and I have some yogurt on this side. I'm now going to take a few chocolate chips. Now you can do what I do, and I just take about 5 chips, especially if you're just wanting a little bit of that one thing. I just do a little bit, and I just scoop it out like so. And then I use my tray right here, and I carefully scoop a little bit onto that tray. Now, you might be like, Melody, that looks a little too small. That doesn't even look like it's going to do anything. I promise you, there is a reason why you want it small like this, because you're going to pop this in the freezer. And when you put this in the freezer, you're going to not want to bite into a big piece, which was my mistake the first time I made this. I almost like broke a tooth. So you want to make it bite-sized, almost like it's going to melt in your mouth kind of piece. And that's why I made the portion size so small. And then if you want a little bit of fruit, a little bit of chocolate, that's okay. You're doing it in small increments. So that's why I've made it this way. All right, so as you can see, I can make 12 of these. And I give it a nice good dollop. And you don't have to worry about if it's flat on the bottom, because when this is frozen, it's going to pop up really easy from the wax paper. And then I just pop that there. Now, Joanna, I don't know if you're still there, or viewers, feel free to comment in the comment section if you've ever tried anything like this. So I'm going to have one more square, but with that one, I'm going to do a little bit of chocolate. Remember, I just do like maybe 4 or 5 chips. right? And I'm just going to put it on the side here so you can see. And I just scoop the remaining yogurt. And whatever I don't use as far as yogurt for that time, I just put it back in the fridge to put in, a smoothie, or maybe I want to make more of these and just get another tray. But remember, I know you're going to want to make them bigger. Don't make it bigger. All right, so now what you do is once you have them laid out like this, then you're going to want to pop this in the freezer. And once you pop this in the freezer, they're going to come out so lovely. Lisa, are you there? I thought she was here. All right, give me a second. I'm going to put this in the freezer. And then what we're going to do is towards the end of the show, I'm going to show you just how quick they freeze, especially if they're small. Hold on, guys. All right. I got another dessert while we're waiting. I'm going to show you one more thing. So I made, really quickly, I made this sorbet ice cream. Well, it's not sorbet. It's actually like a icy. And as you can see, it kind of iced up. But I use a Ninja Creamy. And all I did was take Lakanto sugar and I placed lemon juice in it, and I squeezed one fresh lemon in an 8-ounce cup of water until I know it tasted as sweet as I wanted it to be. And then I mixed it, and then I blended it up. That is the quickest little sorbet. And then with that, of course, you can serve that with fruit. And that came out to be about 3 carbs with the serving size scoop and having a little bit of fruit on the side. So it's a little extra sweetness. Okay, Joanna says, I'm here. No, you've never tried that before. Okay, well, you can try this with, if you wanted to use the first dessert, I call them yogurt clusters because that's pretty much what they are. And I'm going to change the camera view real quick. We did yogurt clusters is what I call them. And that's it. You use those 2 ingredients and you pop it in the freezer. Usually they recommend that you pop it in the freezer for like at least 30, 45 minutes. It's going to harden. But of course, with those smaller scoop sizes, it's going to harden faster and you can have the dessert quicker. And there's something I feel like when you're using those kind of portion sizes and you're able to have 3 pieces, it doesn't feel like you're denying yourself. You're getting that sweet treat that you wanted or maybe you've craved, and then you don't have to worry about a whole lot of calories behind it. So with that one, let's see. This one it says 15 grams of fat, but it has the 15 grams of protein. So I thought that was pretty good. 2 carbs, and it has 1 gram of sugar. Now, the reason why I chose this was because all the yogurts I kept looking at had 12 grams of sugar, 15 grams, sometimes 36. And that's just a ton of sugar you really don't need. I mean, I even tried like looking in organic yogurts and I couldn't find that. So this is where this yogurt came in because it says keto and I seen the 1 gram of sugar. I was like, this is it. You can create your own batch of yogurt, which I think I have all the ingredients for it. And I can use my Instant Pot for it. So I'll be doing that one. I'll let you know how it came out. Yeah. So yeah, we're definitely going to test that out as well. Let's see. I was trying to get the keyboard to work with the TV, but my head isn't functioning. I'm sorry, Joanna. Just take your time. Just take your time. We're here. Then Joanna says, "Hey, Alyssa." She says hi. I'll make sure I tell her, unless she's watching too. I don't know if you're watching, Alyssa. But yeah, so that's how I came up with this quick ingredient yogurt snack. And another reason why I thought about it was how, if you wanted to change out the taste, you add a little bit of texture. If you want to add some shaved coconut, you can. If you want to add a bit of pineapple, you can. But remember, pineapple is really high in sugar. So you just think about, do you want those additional sugars? So you could go the berry route. Berries are always low in sugar, low in carbs, but you, of course, always have to watch your intake of that. So yeah, that's how you make that dessert. So one thing I was thinking was I've been on this recipe kick for a few days. I want to say I've been cooking some serious stuff, and I've been testing it out more than doing the videos for it, because I really truly wanted to make sure it's a recipe that I felt comfortable sharing with you, that I felt you would like. Hey, Evans. Hi, how are you? I've been on for a while. I've been on for about 16 minutes. And then Evan says, hi. So glad you're here. And then Joanna says, no sugar added, but naturally sweet. Exactly. And so I really I like being able to choose different berries, because it's going to give me the different taste, right? Remember, you still got to add your carb intake. And if you're looking to figure that out, I do recommend a free app that you can use. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's called MyFitnessPal, and it looks like that. So MyFitnessPal will tell you your weight, but there is a section in it that also allows you, hold on, let's see if I can show you. There's a section where you can actually create like your own recipes, and all the ingredients that you put in and all of the serving sizes, it will break it down for you, and it will tell you how many carbs each serving would be. So that's how I was able to figure out the carbs and all of the ingredients that I have that I showed you today. Evan says, I kept refreshing. You just showed up for me. I did a little different scheduling. I went through a different streaming software to use this. That's why it looks a little different. And then Joanna says, ignore DVD. Yeah, I guess you got to ignore it. But you know what? DVDs will always make a comeback, especially like in areas that don't have strong internet. So yeah, okay. So with this, you can add let's see, you can add strawberries, right? We talked about strawberries, blueberries. You can add a few Ghirardelli no sugar chocolate chips, dark chocolate. You can add nuts in it if you want. If you have walnuts left over, walnuts are great to use. You could use almonds. If you crush those up. I would not recommend the whole nut. I would crush them up. Maybe you want to do a little bit of a combination to give it a little bit more texture. You can combine maybe blueberries with some walnuts, and maybe you want to put a dash of cinnamon in it to make it a little bit of a different taste. The possibilities are endless, but just keep in mind, whenever you make this, always cut the fruit up into smaller bits. I tell you this so you don't break anything. So you don't break a tooth. But you could also take this a step farther. Evans, if you're trying to figure out what we're talking about, we made something called yogurt clusters. And yogurt clusters are pretty much, you get your yogurt and you get your choice of fruit. And that's it. That's the two ingredients. Use yogurt and your choice of fruit, but you have to dice up this fruit in smaller bite-sized pieces. And you mix that in with your yogurt, scoop it on your pan, and let it pop in the freezer for about 15 to 30 minutes. Yes. Now, here's another thing. If you want to take it a step farther and you're like, I just have like a hankering for chocolate, you take a few chocolate chips, right? Get a stainless steel bowl. There's a reason why I'm telling you stainless steel, so the bowl does not melt. Get a pot of hot boiling water. Put the pot on top. Put the pot on. I want to say it could be medium to high flame. Medium to high flame. But you cannot walk away from this. You got to watch this. Put the pot on the stove with hot boiling water. Allow it to boil. Right. Once it boils, you put the bowl on top, the stainless steel bowl. Put your chocolate chips in it and get like a silicone spatula, something that's not metal, so that way it's not scratching up your bowl. This is why I say use a stainless steel bowl. And then mix it. You're going to keep moving that chocolate around till you start seeing it melt down. I don't have a microwave to pop this in. If you have a microwave, you could use that too. But this is just the method in which I use to also take those yogurt clusters and I top it with chocolate. This is how I do it myself. Of course, the carb count is going to be more because you're using more chocolate. But if you want to keep it to like 3.5 per cluster, then you do that. Evan says, I've been making fruit yogurt popsicles for a long time. I make my own Greek yogurt for them. That sounds awesome. So I was just saying to Joanna, I'm going to also make my own yogurt, but I want to make coconut yogurt. I don't do dairy very well. So this is for me a treat. Yeah, I don't do dairy too much. This is dairy because I wanted to try this to see it and to see how it tastes. And to me, I think it has a good taste. Would I eat this every day? No, because of my diet, because of my dairy restrictions that I have for myself, I would not eat this every day. But if you're okay with consuming dairy every day, I say go for it because there's 1 gram of sugar. They have different kinds too. I have vanilla. I just chose that one. But maybe if you get like a different, like strawberry, if you have one that's already strawberry and you want to add chocolate, you could do that too. What kind of what kind of fruit yogurt popsicles do you make, Evans? And then Joanna says, or Silk helps. Okay, so you could use those other 2 brands that Joanna mentioned, or Silk yogurt. I didn't think about using Silk yogurt. I used to drink a lot of soy milk. And then I switched over to almond milk. Yeah, so it's been a long time since I've drank Silk soy milk. But I used to drink it a lot. I used to drink it often. And I was so happy because this was about the time me and my husband started dating, and he was telling me about some of these alternative milks, and I didn't know they existed. So that's when I decided to go on and drink soy milk, and that led to drinking the almond milk. Evan says Christina uses almond milk to make yogurt in the Instant Pot. It worked. Okay. So then maybe what I can do is the same thing. I'm going to try that. Okay, Christina. Yeah, I'm going to try that. I wonder if I use the coconut almond milk, if that combination will work. Because, the Blue Diamond almond milk that they have different kinds. They have coconut and they have like banana now. I couldn't believe it. So if you like banana, you could do that too. You could add that as part of your frozen, your frozen 2-ingredient treat if you wanted. Do check your posts later. Okay, I will do that, Joanna. I will check my posts later. And Evan says non-fat milk. Sorry. Oh, she uses non-fat milk? Okay. I don't know. I try my best to use I just can't do like regular dairy, Evans. Like when I do regular dairy, I don't know why, but I break out and it makes me like feel wheezy, like I can't breathe very well, so I just don't consume it. Like I don't have anything against milk. I like milk. I just don't like how it makes me feel. So I don't eat as much of it. And then Evan says Christina makes her own almond milk. It's easy. You know what? She did give me the recipe a long time ago, and it's not hard. I have the jar for it, and I actually have almonds for it. So I'm glad that you said that. Hey, Rome, what's going on? Welcome. Rome, we made a really good keto dessert. It's actually in the freezer. And so we're just waiting for that to harden. And then I'm going to show you. It's called yogurt clusters is what I made. And it's made with fresh fruit and just yogurt. That's it. Hope you're having an awesome day. Evan says almond butter and water equals almond milk. Okay. I'm gonna try that. And then Joanna says Romeo, intolerance is real. Yeah, it is. It is. And a long time ago, years ago, I used to use like the lactate milk. There was like so you wouldn't like have like digestion problems. I used to have the digestive problems. Then that went away. Thought I was okay, and then I just started breaking out like nobody's business, like as if I was 16 again and the world was good. And pop, I started having all these pimples on my face, like big cyst-like pimples, and I was just like, I don't know where this is coming from. So I stopped using whole milk products, and even now I limit how much cheese I eat because of that. Yeah. And I love cheese. Cheese is so good. I love cheese. Now I gotta figure out how to make that. If I can make that dairy free. But I don't know how that's gonna taste. I don't. Let's see. Everyone was laughing. Yeah. Yeah, it's like happening all over again. I'm like, no, I don't want to break out like this. So I just avoid the whole milk. Let's see. Joanna says, I do that. Yeah. Yeah. I just avoid it. And then if I do have it, like it's planned out, I'm like, okay, well, 2 weeks from now, like I had this keto dessert, this not coconut. I had this milk keto dessert. So that means in 2 weeks from now, I can have something else. That means also I'm going to avoid butter because that's a dairy too. And that'll start making me feel congested. Rome says he puts cheese on everything. You know, it's so funny. Something popped up on my feed on Facebook. You know, Facebook is interesting. Facebook will tailor its feed to you. You know, so the AI on this is pretty intelligent. I looked at one cheese advertisement and I clicked on it, and I keep getting all kind of cheese products that are popping up. Brie cheese, I got all kind, and I'm like, shouldn't have clicked on it. Yeah, but anyway, I thought about something that you just said, Rome. You said put cheese on everything. I seen someone, and I don't know. I don't know my feelings about this, and you guys tell me how you feel. Someone made this recipe. This is a Facebook thing that popped up. They took French fries and then they put like the toppings from a pizza on top of the French fries, like not the sauce, but like the cheese and the pepperoni. And I was like, what am I looking at? And I don't know if I want to eat this, but you guys tell me in the chat. Tell me if you would eat that. or if you would have eaten that as a kid. I know as a kid, I definitely would have tried it. Now I would be like, I'll pass. No, thank you. Yeah. So we've had our 2-ingredient dessert. And then I told you how you can do the icy, if you want like a Italian icy kind of treat. I already showed you how to do that. And I'm going to show you how I made my chicken, what is it called? Chicken katsui. It's like a Japanese chicken. Instead of using panko crisp, there's something else that you can use it's good. Evan says, chili cheese fries are so good. I have never had that before, but I used to have a best friend that was obsessed with chili cheese fries. Yeah, she was in the military, and I remember she her military base was out in California, and she was just like, she used to go to this spot and eat chili cheese fries all the time. And I was like, how do you eat that? I'm that girl that likes everything separate on a plate. I know that sounds weird, but if my vegetables can't touch the meat and it can't touch the rice, like it needs to all be separate. I know it's going to the same place, y'all, but I like to eat it separate. It just looks good like that on my plate. Unless it's like a stew and some rice, that's different. All right, Joanna says, no tomato like paste. Yeah, no tomato like paste. Yeah. And then Rome Knows Tech says, I don't do pork, but pizza toppings is a yes on fries. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. So Rome would try it out. Okay. And I think Evans would try it out too. Substitute cheesy. Okay. Like a substitute cheese. Okay. Yeah, I would have to look. I think they have vegan cheeses that are like a substitute cheese. I don't know if it would melt, though. That's the only thing. I don't know if it would melt. And then let's see. Rome Knows Text says, yes, Evans. Oh, Hindsight, how are you? Hindsight says, I have to separate them as well. See, I'm not the only one. Some people like to mix everything. I can't do that. Like, it's like, I'm not going to say a pet peeve, but I will be kind of grossed out by that. It could be the best looking food, but I don't want it mixed. I want it like separate. Thank you. And then Rome says, your hair looks beautiful, sis. Thank you. I tried something different. I've been, now I'm incorporating Jamaican black castor oil in the mix. So the Jamaican black castor oil is to help prevent your hair from breaking. And it's supposed to help with the strengthening of your hair follicles. And it's helping with any kind of broken hair. And I have like my hairline, I don't know, started thinning a little bit and I didn't like it. So I started putting that Jamaican black castor oil on it and it was awesome. Yeah. Evan says it don't end up like that in your belly. Oh, separate? In my brain, it does. In my brain, it's separated. I can't, but I just can't do it. Like I tried and I almost felt sick. And I think that's just, I can't do it, Evans. I tried. Believe me, I've tried it several times, but I cannot mix the food. Like, see what I did with the yogurt and the fruit? That's normal. Like for me in my brain, like I can mix things like that. Those are two ingredients. Those two things in my brain go together. Like, okay, I could do a little bit of fruit. I could do a little bit of yogurt, and that's fine. But like when it comes to like rice, chicken, and maybe there were like beans on the side, don't give me a plate that has mixed beans and chicken. I don't want all that together. Like it needs to be separate. I know. Let's see. Joanna says it's been amazing. Yes. Oh, you know what? Maybe our dessert is gonna be ready in about, let's give it like 10 more minutes, guys. We'll give the dessert 10 more minutes so I can show you how it hardens. Evan says, I mix. Don't watch me eat. I can't do it. I'll get sick. I'm like, can't do it. All right. So one of the other, it was chicken katsu is what I made. And it's pretty much like a breaded chicken breast, but without the bread. There's a substitute in there. And it's super easy, very easy to make, very simple, quick meal to have. If you're going to have this, there's two ways you can prepare that meal, which is either you're going to fry it or you're going to air fry it. I fried it, but I'm going to try the recipe again with air frying and see if I get the same results, and I'll tell you. It's just taking me a little bit longer to pump those videos out because I'm testing the recipes first, and then I'm posting them. Because I want you to be able to be like, Melody, this recipe was good. Not, Melody, this recipe was not so great. I don't want that. I don't want that for you. So I'm testing them out first, and then I'm rolling out the videos for it. Yeah. So we should be able to get our I think it should be fine. I know 10 minutes hasn't passed, but I think we can get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it out, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with these yogurt clusters and just how easy it is to make them. And if it's still good, I may grab another tray and then start on another mixed batch. So if you guys missed it, you can see how to make it at home. Okay, this will be, oh, yep, that's perfect. All right, so you guys can see this is the batch we made. This was the batch that we made. And this is just as easy to peel off. I'm not going to show you right here. Look how easy it is to peel off. Look at that. And that's why I said to make sure that when you're making it in a batch like this, small bite-sized pieces. So now what I'm going to do for you guys is we're going to do another one since we have a lot of yogurt left over. And I know that Alyssa likes the chocolate chips, so I'll be putting more chocolate chips in that one. And I'm going to move this over. I'm going to show you how we do this one. Okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay. But now what I'm doing for the rest, I'm just going to put that much. That's about 2 teaspoons. I have yogurt left over. And what I do is I like to make sure it's coated in the yogurt. Remember, small, bite-sized kind of pieces. I kind of spread it out when I do it. There's some fruit in this one. Alyssa likes the fruit and chocolate. So, and then Evan says, yum, looks good. It's delicious. It's delicious. And it's like the easiest little recipe to make. Anybody can make it. It doesn't take a lot of time, which is, one of the things I started thinking about with school coming back. I was like, man, we got to come up with some recipes where I'm not spending a whole lot of time because, if I'm helping her study and stuff, I'm not going to have time to do like full on recipes. So I wanted to come up with some quick recipes that you can make on the fly without having to worry about breaking your not feeling bad consuming foods that you really shouldn't have. Now there's a lot of leftover yogurt here on the side. And what I'm simply going to do is I'm just going to scoop this out from the sides here. I have a lot left over here on the corner. And then I'm just going to make 2 more clusters, probably here and here. And then Joanna says pre-packed snack. Yes, exactly. You don't need that many chips for this one. I just put about 6 because 4, 5, 1 more. Okay. I put a few because, well, we only have a little bit of clusters left. We don't need to make like a crazy cluster. You guys know what I'm talking about. So now I'm going to take my yogurt cluster, put that on the side. And like I said before, no need to worry because these babies will freeze fast. You seen how fast mine froze, Joanna? This is something anyone could make. And if you smooth it out like how I'm doing right now and put it in smaller clusters, it will freeze faster. And then you won't have to worry about breaking a tooth. So that is how you make the Ghirardelli Yogurt clusters, two ingredient, could be 3, could be 4, whatever you want to make it. Very simple to make. You go from this to this, and easy to peel off and eat. Yes, I ate one, y'all. It's good. So that's why I said put it in small clusters. As if you put this in a big cluster, you're going to be in trouble. But I hope you liked my little dessert segment. I was thinking about doing a salad one. So that could be like a little lunch rush kind of thing. And I could show you like the different salads that I've been making. And you can use those too. And I'm thinking about having a closed community. And you let me know what you think about. Evan says, but it's mixed. That one had just blueberry in it. And they didn't even have chocolate chips. Because I started off with strawberries and blueberries. And I know it's mixed, but it's different. It's fruit. It's fruit. So Evans is laughing. Joanna said, yes, tons of fun. So if you're looking for, tell me in the chat what kind of ingredients that you liked using here today. Yeah. I'm going to pop this in the freezer so this does not melt on us. Give me a second. Because I want this to be ready for later on. And I got to take this one too. If I had it near me or assistant, I would, of course, do this. Still be talking at the best. Okay. So that was my... So that was my take on a quick 2 desserts that you can use anytime. And yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Joanna said, I would enjoy a good crisp salad. That sounds good. Let's see. Evan says, I like a little lemon juice with blueberries. Or strawberries to brighten up that salad. I use fruit for smoothies, banana, strawberry, kiwi, mixed berries. That actually sounds pretty good. Or strawberries. Okay, so maybe like a smoothie and salad kind of thing. Okay. We could do a smoothie. And maybe a salad on the go. Stream. That's the one that we can work on together. And so I'm thinking, let's see. She said a good crisp salad. I think I have just the thing for you. And I'm going to show you also how you can store your salads so they stay crisp throughout the whole week, especially if you do meal prep ahead of time. You won't get wilted lettuce, which I don't like. I don't know if you guys are okay with that, but I have a little hack that I do that you might laugh at, but it works. It works. And it's good for, you can do this for breads and you can do this for salads, this one hack. So make sure you're coming back next week. All right. Evan says, no, for your yogurt, drops lemon, blueberries, or strawberries. Oh, okay. I've never thought about that. And then Joanna says, have to have a special cup with fork. Okay. Okay. I may have something for you on something like that. And I have like a thing, you guys will laugh. Whenever I have like yogurt or something, I use a smaller spoon. I usually use like You're gonna laugh. A teaspoon like spoon, and I like to eat my yogurt like that because it makes it, for me, it makes it that as I'm eating it, like it's lasting longer. So that's why I like it. But I'm gonna try that yogurt lemon drop. Maybe a lemon drop yogurt. That sounds good, right? Like very bright and refreshing. But we can definitely do some salads. Yeah, I have some salad to go ideas, Joanna, and it's actually something that I was thinking about, but you've confirmed it. So I'll make sure I do it on the stream. Yeah, I'll do it on the stream for us. And I'll show you how to store it. There's 2 different ways you can store it depending on what you have. And yeah, I think that's going to be great. So let's see. All right, so smoothies and salads. I got you. All right, guys. Well, we've come to the end of our stream. I am so glad that you hung in there. You got to see the desserts. I will be able to post the video soon. It takes about 3 hours, 4 hours for the video to render. So I'll have that video up either later on today or tomorrow, along with the recipe that you can use, of course. And yeah, you let me know if you have any ideas for maybe yogurts or anything that could be more healthy, keto friendly, and I will do a video on it. Of course, I got to test it out first. Lemon is always good in the summer. It is. It's delicious. Have a great weekend, Melody. See you next weekend. Yes, and guys, I do have a surprise for you, but I can't tell you what that is yet because it's a surprise. But just keep tuning in. And as I get closer to a specific date, I will then make an announcement, which you guys are going to like. All right. You have a great weekend, guys. And of course, love you. I will see you soon. And I'm also going to be posting that recipe soon. If you look in the description, I have a link to where you can sign up for my newsletters. That newsletter will be once a week. I promise you, I will not bombard you. Every Monday, that newsletter will go out, and you can get the recipes exclusive from moi. But that's only if you're part of my foodie community. Yeah. So it's going to be a community. We're going to have, at some point, it's going to be like some newsletter based. So you'll stay in the loop. So you're not wondering, is she having a live stream this week? It's always going to be this week. All right, guys. Thanks, Rome, for coming. I appreciate you. Love you. Mwah. And I will see you on the next stream. Remember, next week, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our salads to go or smoothies to go live stream.